magana ne ba kai ka daina wannan magana
an fara kawo abu kwaran guda ne akan wannan da gaba za ta ke ku ne za ku gara wajen cin abinci ku in kun gan wanda ba ku tabbatar da halin shi ba. Kwalliya kam da ne dabar fati a isi gani sai da hankali jan kuma har ma ba da ne ana dorin ba kai da kai mai da magana alan gure gure sosai da wannan kamar kake so kai magana alan guro Allah ubangiji ya saka da mutum ka lafiya sai nuwar gaba kuma Allah na'am sai ka fara magana cewa ba alheri na'am alhamdulillah sosai fa alhamdulillah da haka ne wallahi da ba haka bane alan guro a da kan ai kashi ɗaya ma babu yanzu a cikin irin wannan yanzu iyan jin daɗin da ake amma ai baka gani ne motar nan da kana gani da akwai ne babu anan guru duk harkar yi ce anan guru filau din wajen nan za a yi mai wannan zan ci gaba Allah kare ka Allah ke ka ga rashin to ka sha lafiya rashin Najeriya wallahi shine labarin duk wannan ungulu ko bayar da dakura kawo wallahi za ku ci wallahi sai ka ne wani gudumawa kowane mota ana lodi ana tace karan karan maza ci gwamnati abin da yana yi yawa saboda karam amma bangal girano wodiya don kun bude anyhow mutane wanda ba ku sani ba wanda ba ku yarda da hankali hannun shi ba a daji mutum ɗaya kawo ba abin da ba ma sani an fara kawo kifi a daji kuna karɓar dole la ba tida ne rongar gurjin so sama fakkar di gono jire ay mana ne da ba sipa da mana ka usula ne ro da tappal koronda usuri sai ka da sai ala ko da dara birni har kurkamba na jin
Dakakan. Namno ya aja, namno dia yang nafsu markano. Ini di kono namno. Kau bodoh nanti lah, nak ikut mana?
Man ashwar mujir kajiro kala la taala Allah taala ini shijil wa ja'u sijidu maskuda nasu ya karama awala tawshirna nana dia rawdo rakun rakun tila shi indu bora shijil dari tulu ran ko we sakin kango panyau yendu ke sagriki laila ilallah adu adari ko de mi ko no ko adu sawliya karu ro ko jan bergai gulu wa kiramun kunji me wajibi kuma ya wala ko da kun bare sai da ke kunji wajibi kuma ne da ke da ke kala jari kai wa amana ka ji mana ki ka nya yanzu ko kuma ne kuma da ashwa kiramun kalima ya ashwa kiramun kaliman ashwa kiramun kaliman kala ala duwa ki kuma wallahu abo da ko sa kin ma ko nya ko sa ni tadu wal bokau gati wajib ki kumandia wal fanau kunau dadi gati wajib ki kunau ya dadi dadi kelai dadi kaiwa mana gadi mana tinji kanya yendong bulam kumandiru kumandia ashwa bokau kajimai ashwa bokau kajiman ashwa bokau kajimro kala Allah ta'ala insyid dadi Allah shi alaka samunga samawati sami tulura alaksana duki wamina larde tulura alaksana duki kakala turboy gawarka indi salman alaksana duki rita muduna dani kendom nangka akya ala gido wallau ala duwa kumadu wallahu abu sala shiburu wallau ala duwa ma wal zakiru awjati yo so shiburu min kulli sayin adumun sawata yasa kini kerta sama fatiki karyanya fatu fani ada mainan mani udah kena diupani ada tanah tumpali banyak semangat nonton tapi lo nonton tambah siwasi malaya nonton pali awas apa tuh katuni yang kalana terlupa seni leman teman mau tama syaitan kadang kena agama awas kena yama sejuk fatima ama bane tambal azami tidak dikarin senafani kamu bukan senafani yang go senafani awas dapat dukara dakti kaya ya miso kamu itu zuhani itu simba karya zuhani kajimba kamu pak zuhani kajimba orang malam zuhani kajimba kini teman zuhani kajimba kam termeroka senaja bahu kami bahu baik bahu tidak mata cuma bahu sejum ada kemana ketemu
I don't know 10 gram.
Gram lagi bang.
ناتي بقوتي أشرك ولا مالت وتولي وجواسي لا أرى البشرة بمن بشرني الأنبياء بمن بالملائكة بمن بالكتب السماوية alkashi walfiana wano katura kanya kamparar kanono alkashi walfiana tu wakatu manushin adami jawati lara albashirati adami bimani bashirni lambiyati adami bimani bil malaikati adami bimani bil kutubi samawiyati adami bimani wam yawma lafiri laira hadishi buruko dare waka junben jadrar karayo shitina akita birakin arakin tusuli au kamandia wajibuna dus abi tandina biar susuno kala kankuro gadi ka shim kala da surji bawo ne da fan maya ka wajam gadi tandaya ambi adin to gadi abi ke de kumbo gadi kunza gadi lewaya gadi ka tiwe gadi salabe kankuro da waka surudi gadi bazarun guri wa adi gadi adi tandina biar susuno abi le tandina biar dapsuno don gadi barasi gadi durim gadi ngurdi gadi gen watu gadi yilabin nanam tur gadi saya dun be setemban fan maya saya berarti sedang bawa, saya katu kam sedang bawa, kam sawarin bawa. Nabiya zodu, nabiya kumai du. Tadi ayam biarin tu gadi, abi kita kumbu gadi, kansa gadi, lewaya gadi, katuya gadi, salawe kangkris waka, suruh gadi, bosarung kuli wadi gadi. Ada tadi nabiya harus suno, kemandian surmanon se wajib tu jazra. Mari anzala sunnah lahu lama muruna, waya muruna sunnah jazra. Muhammad Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne jargai. Jabrulan mokoila Israel wa Israel min kurini wana kurin rutu wan rusu wan mali kunuru hanuru anu. Mari anzami ala rizai jargai Muhammad Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne jargai. Kulil ukuti samawiyati kita usamiran jalaratu yan lokodion be. Jaziraro karayo biadu watika dioma kita ausrowat kamian dana disuruh kita udian bi ausro kita udian dana disuruh hurkan bi ausro hurkan bi dana disuruh alhamdulillah yan bi ausro alhamdulillah yan dana disuruh bain bi bawanya bawle sawanya sama ule mawanya masir tu dia ma dia shin zakelo dia kuruja barik ba ala tumaro sirtu zayo dia
Ara da shigin kaman gai shi ma agun ne ya sadi ne ba ga wuri hagar ganani bala ka tanye kaman to ga wuri ne ba gun ya da jin ba dia awa kap to da usro da na no dai kap da gai mana boko haram ta ne kana da sha
jama kawriya da fanwa yawa kawriya da kawri fosi wudiya yawwa ya kamata ya la da ba
Tadi akan beberapa batin deh. Beli dosa telam dong kelar kalau telam dosa. Telam gede dia wan. Amau dia telam do pasir. Kalau hanya harus kita sama telam gede dia. Gede dia dulu telam do dia wan dia pas. Nanya enam masuk telam karena. Kalti gede. Usku dia kan ini.
Dalilo panwa wadda gwamna ya gaishe Allah ko na China zan ne
nuna fana ka krife da kuni batila godan ya tawo ka kolo kolo do dunya rawa kolo zo apima kala fana ta ni amma ga da bikin kolo da yin yaro kai bana da yakin kun buye yakin ayi amma fulata ga ishin da ya faru yin ga ya isan kula da tudu zai sai kam jima yan kama ai ma sai aso da ma zuwa
which is also supposed to give us more space to accommodate clinical services and work. Yes.
By who?
By WHO. Yes.
I know.
And
So they have started
they are at the second floor at the later level.
the expansion.
Yes, the expansion.
That's good.
Is behind the hospital center. Yes. And
I could have started it very well. It's a historic building.
yeah, it is.
I directed them to take it
Yes.
to do it in view and number.
Yes, sir. It's sited just behind our
Why
Tesla
behind?
solar farm.
We could have been in this one, but it's other farm.
Actually, it was sited before we came to London. Yes, sir. It was sited before we came.
It's a big building.
It is very big, and we're hoping that by the time the structure is made, it will ease up space for us to be able to accommodate every unit of
That's what I'm saying. We want to
Yes.
locate one there. The empty spaces.
There is, yes. There is.
So why we need them? They started when?
In 2019. Yes.
I'm aware. I sent them to come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're also looking at issues of furniture and materials, including equipment from the hospital. We've searched department by department and accessed all the gaps that is required, which are going to submit with CMDC. Comprehensive.
Now give me a copy now. This is the copy that we are reading.
Yeah, I'll give you
I
this.
want to give it to you.
Okay. In terms of staffing, it's key for clinical services. There is no way that you have the structures, you have the equipment, and without the staff, no one see the investigations are done by the laboratory scientists, and the next patient care is the nurses. We don't have to do those, and it's key for our services in the hospital of this status. We also need complementary staff, the junior staff, hospital assistants, hospital substaff. And all of these are part and parcel of those that are required to ensure that all clinical services take place. Now, we have the doctors, the laboratory scientists, and the record officers will take call through the night. And then within the hospital, we are blessed with 2 chief nursing officers, Ali Mohammed Jabba and Mahamoud. They give us 24-hour cover with Dr. Isa Akingo. If there are calls for the lab, no matter how late, the ambulance is right here. They are picked and then all services are delivered to the patients. We have GOPD and some specialized clinics. Here is designated as Center for HIV/AIDS treatment. We have ART clinic. We also have Treatment Center for Tuberculosis, TB dogs. Now, of recent, we had to go and collect even our microscope and other things. I personally had to do that because patients will have to travel from here to Nairobi to go and diagnose before they come back and access drugs, which is very cumbersome. But I can assure you, the laboratory in charge, Musa Ahmed and Akaboni, they've received all the materials that I've brought, and I'm sure not in too long a time they will start all that is required to make sure that the DOTS center is established as it should be. We also have a mental health clinic of challenges, as you know, sir, because people have been traumatized and they're able to also, live a meaningful life. And if that is taken care of, I think it's one of the greatest things we can have. I have recently written to the CMD, requesting for drugs for mental health and also a posting of the mental health and abuse plan for us. We church donated operating tables, drugs, we've not been able to operate that. And in fact, for the eye hospital, so that we don't get our clinical services to be distracted. But our request have also channeled and we have a station here, which is part of the requirement for all services of preventive care. And we are supposed to also have sexual assault referral center. But we will help this hospital in so many ways, and DRF supply from the HMO. We also have donated drugs. We came together with someone of the local government. We are in Greece to donate it. And all of those drugs, we give them for free. Documented, monitored, and under the custody and care of the chief nursing officer of the hospital. Now, in terms of energy supply for the hospital, Your Excellency, we have a Tesla solar farm just close to the WHO site where we have the building. Even though it has been vandalized, so it is not supplying energy for us as of now. But engineer Mordecai, they had sent in his engineers. They came in about 2 or 3 times. They've made the inspections for rehabilitation of the Tesla farm. And I think as a renewable energy, that is the best way to go. It will give us a light that is practically free at the end of the day, even though I know that the cost implication for making such is quite huge, but it will help the system here. In terms of energy, still we have generators within our premises. We have a model for 80 kVA, newly supplied for us by WHO. We have 60 kVA by Alima project, which we had to rehabilitate when we came on board to stabilize services in this hospital. So we have 2 functional models. We have FHI and one of the Meccano inside the Tesla farm. And they are big engines. The one currently we are using is of the same size, between 80 and 100 kg. We would like to thank Alima for the minor that we had to house it there so that Amanda Zamba will make sure it's monitored closely and utilized effectively. But Your Excellency, of course, in my prayers to come, I would also want that we need some more diesel before we can get our solar system. We would also like to tell you that street solar lighting within the hospital to make the premises clean to know. Yes. He was the one that donated the solar lighting within the hospital. Around the fence, the perimeter, and within the compound organization, because it's one of the efforts that will come and help the system. In terms of water supply, Solidarity International, supplied the panels, everything, new submersible, and then the control panel had a technical fault. We were not able to pump water from our system. And then from within us, we have casual ad hoc staff, personnel that we've taken, and some of them are security men to make sure at least they watch over our properties. In terms of funding, last year, you gave us 2 million for kickstarting activities as well as welfare jobs. The staff has always been very good. We're looking out for and we utilize that for day-to-day running of the hospital on a monthly basis. Special request, Your Excellency, urgent need for staff, especially the nurses and midwives, as I said earlier. The CMD has approved the recent one that you granted him to employ for us. He has employed, given us 2, but we only got 1. 1 declined to come. And We had one of our nurses that we took as direction. I took the CV of 14 nurses from the CMD. We directed the Director of Nursing Services, and she was promptly employed. Thank you for also as a buffer in the event of this anything within the solar system, or when we get the bigger
overlooked by any medical officer better than what you did now. This is a comprehensive review. At times, because of lack of information, we don't address some of the problems that are facing the hospitals. However, the synopsis that you have presented to me are very explicit. And inshallah, we shall do our best to ensure the provision of your own requirements. Most importantly, let me commend you with high degree of responsibility for adhering to my own request. Come down to Mongono and Saturn. I think you are now in your what of 8 months?
8 months.
8 months. That goes to show how committed you are. Not only your own humble self, but some of your colleagues. I think last time I met how many of you? I met how many of you?
4 of us.
You and who? Why Dr.
Dr. Ishaku and 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yes, and Dr. Abdullah.
For the 2 of them, I did promise to them last time that inshallah, in the fullness of time, I'll sponsor them to go and do their professional training. I can sponsor them. Inshallah. Then for the nurses and nurses, medical personnel, nurses, pharmacists, laboratory personnel and others, I also wish to commend all of them. Inshallah, I will not disappoint you. Leadership is very important. Where there is a good leader, the system will work appropriately. Where there is no leader, good leadership, the system will never work. The perimeter fencing will be done. Where is Engineer Wensanda? A very rigid perimeter fencing is being done. The height should be good enough. Apart from the height, we must provide some security, some protective devices that will prevent hoodlums to trespass into the hospital. If you felt the funding provided is not good enough, make additional requests to ensure that this hospital is well fortified. Well fortified. On the issue of the road access road, you are right, this is very important. We might use Boma to provide access road, or we might provide interlocks. We have what we call heavy duty load bearing interlocks that can simply be provided within the hospitals. But inshallah, I promise to do so.
Thank you.
The WHO project was initiated when I was Commissioner for HARA. fact, it was a grant given to the government of my state through the UNWHO. I now directed them to ensure the expansion of 2 general hospitals, Mongono and U. Although the siting of the buildings is not according to my own request, there's no problem. After the building, we shall see how we can configure the entire general hospital to be providing a very good outlook. Furniture will be provided to them. And you show me laboratory. I want Musa and his son to provide the details of their own requirements. If you have it now, it's very important. I want you to go to Nairobi so that funds should be provided to you for you to go and procure the materials. Have you costed them?
It's
How much?
submitted, but we can't cost it because we don't know the unit
You know
cost.
everything.
It's a yes. It's verbal.
Who? Some of the promises that you have made. Mangono has a population of over 500,000. Mangono is not only a center to the northern local government areas, but also a regional hub. But that means we shall do everything possible to ensure that the lab is being equipped well. I'm assuring you that as soon as I reach Nigeria, Mona will find out the whereabouts of the request, and then where possible, cost should be made, where we have provision from some of our own World Bank projects and others, and I will direct them to procure the items. But as a rider to what I have said, I will be leaving lesser hearts. And I will be back first in come. Inshallah. I want the humble servant, the chief nursing officer, the 2 medical laboratories to see in my building or again with a view to ensuring that your requirements are being provided to you.
Thank you.
Which is very important. Midwives. Where can we get midwives? We call midwives. Even the retired ones, I'll give them more incentives so that they can come down. But all those items that you have requested has to be in your mind. You must have an additional copy or institutional memory so that you create or a sheet that will ensure the requirements are met. Once the requirements are met, then you can tick it. The tracker sheet. The deliverables. Junior staff, especially hospital assistants, I want you to look within the town because we have indigenous of the town, and then get those that have done, what do you call it, school health and others, so that I will recruit them. They would also be trained in the system. The indigenous are around.
Yes.
I'm ready to employ 10 hospital assistants. Get them within the town. have recruited 10 so that they will be trained also.
Thank you, Excellency.
The senior staff are promised to provide additional 3 midwives and additional 3 nurses. Some of the issues that we have discussed, especially some of the outfits that you have in the hospitals, like routine immunization, sexual assault referral centers, eye clinic is very important. You shall get 1 ophthalmic nurse or even 2. And then where possible you can get 1 medical ophthalmic doctor. Because we strengthen the capacity of this hospital, it will be better for all of us. Otherwise, there should be continuous pressure on our secondary health facilities to contribute. So all those issues that you have mentioned, I want you to develop a chart that will ensure their effective functionality whenever you are calling to see them. And the issue of energy, what solar will you who is Modica? What is solar? So we call Modi solar. I think they did all the estimates. We'll release funds so that they will immediately come and install the solar. No?
Lab de Kurama, Asura, engineers,
Inshallah, immediately I will provide available funds to ensure that this solar facility is being provided. Because one of our displays yesterday was that there was no light in the hospital. I know what you did, you are trying to manage the little diesel that you have. And therefore, I will provide 10,000 liters of diesel. Right.
Yes,
10,000 diesel. And even now, I came with some diesel. I came with some diesel. So some quantities will be given to you. Not going to come on. And tomorrow, I'll give a program to ensure the procurement of 10,000 liters of diesel. Ensure utilization of the quantity. Bearing in mind that a sustainability mechanism will be put in place. The suspension of the 7,000 liters that has been given to you by Lima, we shall continue to provide. You have all generators.
Yes.
What I want is that we will send some people to ensure that all the generators are being here.
Thank you. We're grateful.
Because there are some certain places in the hospital that need not to be left without electricity. The level, the maternity, the lab, the theater, and even the wards.
Yes, sir.
Inshallah will provide.
Thank you, sir.
The solar street will also. So I think I'll immediately direct Royal Water Supply to come. You have to come because the problems are not major. We don't want to work with solar only. They have to convert the solar into hybrid. They have to use both solar and generator. They will come and convert it. But direct them to me in this town during this one.
Thank you, excellent.
On the issue of the security, I think we don't have policemen.
We have the civilian JTF.
You have to provide them with additional medicine. You don't like what is it? So, the urgent needs, as I said so, we have to immediately look at the beginning. We can provide and recruit them.
Thank you, Excellency.
Generator, I said so. You need 5,000 liters, and I will give you 10,000 liters. The issue of incentive, I asked this hospital secretary, can I have your list?
Yes.
I'm going with the list. They'll work it. Once they work it, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Doctors 30%, the nurses 20%, and others. That's what we said so.
Yes.
And others. So I will pay them.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very much.
And then I'll pay in arrears.
Thank you, sir.
The only mistake that we did was that you are unable to put the salary in order to approve it here. But inshallah, I will give it to minor and we will approve it. You will also have to go one step again.
I will, Your Excellency.
In case approval has not been granted because of bureaucratic bottlenecks,
Okay, Excellency.
check it over to me and then I'll instantly give the approval.
Thank you, Excellency.
Tonight, I think we'll send them here so that those that deserve to be provided with televisions and others will be provided. You know, according to the rules and regulations, televisions and others are not allowed to be provided in all offices. When in designated offices, 2 or 3 you can provide.
Thank you, Excellency.
Communication is also very important. You can provide Wi-Fi.
Thank you, sir.
The last but not the least, on the issue of, we look at shortages, differential shortfall in the salaries and implemented in the and I'll give approval so that it should be released from May 2019 to 20.
Thank you, Excellency.
I made some certain observations. Funds. The hospital has no adequate fund.
Yes, sir.
Before you go, you also go with the number of funds that you needed in each of the rooms.
We've quantified for the hospital. We would require about we've not put it together.
Okay.
There are several gaps.
Quantify
Yeah,
so that I will
quantify.
buy the entire funds.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And then now, there are some issues that we might not address. You know them better.
Yes, sir, Excellency.
I also pledged to release the sum of 10 million naira to the hospital. As soon as I reach Medellin, we'll release 10 million naira to you,
Thank you,
so that we can sit down and do some of the things that we have not mentioned.
Thank you, sir.
Those minor issues that you can handle. But what about the cleaning of the hospital? How many cleaners you have?
As it is statutorily, there's only one hospital cleaner.
Why are they
But what we
now, I've given you some funding now last time, ad hoc staff.
no, we didn't take those ad hoc staff. The ones that are statutory on the list, what we do is the hospital assistant, the sub-staff, the cleaner, and we designate them. And
How many cleaners do you have?
we have 1 cleaner, 6 hospital assistants, 1 cook, 1 sub-staff, and they are the ones that we position within the works
Okay.
and the hospital.
What I will do now with
Cleaning
this,
services.
we will recruit ad hoc cleaners. Because it's not right for us to employ cleaners. We'll give you funding. You have to pay. How much are you paying the cleaners? and the monthly budget. We are giving, we can give them 15,000. So they can come and work, and then, so if you are to take 10, it's 150. In addition to the 10 million naira, I'll add the salaries for 1 year too. So that you know those that will come. Pay them according to their own outfit. 150 times 12 is 1.8 million.
1.8 million.
So 11.8 million will be given to you.
Thank you, Excellency.
On this note, let me once again the midwives and all other supporting staff, both qualified and non-qualified, that are working with you. All the good works that you have been doing in this hospital. We have almost built many accommodations. Those accommodations that have been built by the medical condition will be provided to you. They are almost ready. The next one was 13. Then after completing those facilities inside the town, we will come and provide more facilities within the hospital. So that all of you will come to the hospital. That place that has been renovated now should serve as a temporary abode for now. This, as we say, I hope that in the next 2 or 3 months, the town will be extremely secured, so that more accommodation will be provided to within the hospital. We will be back to the hospital. So now, these are the roads that we have.
Yes.
Where are the non-academic staff?
We have 42 in number.
You are 42 in number.
Yes. Plus 2 from one from Aberdeen, one from Bukhara, making us 44.
Local government chairman said I will bring it to you. The conductor will be given 500,000. Kimbo they should.
Ngala. Kenan.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Hadi sayara fiye ofis of Koko, sinin sakakun gudu. Sayara fiye ofis of Koko, sinin sakakun gudu. Wasa ya cira ne. Sama sa fiye ofis of sakakun gudu.
Next one.
What is sharing in other than that? Let them account me estimate now. How much would it cost? And the ceilings are not inserted properly. They are meandering all over. But the quality of the job is okay. You have to clean it. Kumar, you did some certain external work. Break it well. I'm giving them money for fuel.
POP.
Tanzania. Kago kuma that they be all when and they standing kuma da bada. Kuma da feeling them akwai actual neat, but it's not neat. She do bad ko so can now one of a wild is not more than 1.5 pounds. No? So what the price will look at? But you know I. That is not good. My brother is standard now. 45 times 10 now, you know. Even if it is 50 times 10, 500 times, you don't have any problem. If there is any exigency, we can still build one block of classroom at the back here. As you know, Mongono is one of the community that has to be supported. This community was displaced by the insurgents a few years ago, but they have returned back home. Glory be to God, because the community had the opportunity of accessing their farmlands last year. But still, they need to be supported because not all of them have access to the agricultural lands. That necessitated the need for the Borno State government to come and support them with food and non-food items, especially during the Ramadan period. I saw a social media video clip yesterday. Somebody saying, yes, humanitarian support, but I want you to tie down to humanitarian support being given to Mongono community in order to support them during this holy month of Ramadan. So far, so good. About 50,000 females have benefited, and about 35,000 males, heads of household, have benefited from our own food and non-food items. Then on the issue of the general hospital, the population of this very important community has increased tremendously. There's a need for the government of Borno State to strengthen the hospital, not only in terms of human capacity development, but also in terms of equipment and other basic infrastructures like lighting and water supply. I've given assurances to the hospital management that all their requirements should be provided. More especially, the hospital personnel are working very well. They are very dedicated now. Government has decided to give them an incentive in terms of percentage of their own salaries. doctors should be receiving 30% of their salaries as incentives, while other supporting personnel, especially the nurses, the midwives, lab technicians, and others, will be receiving 20% of their salaries as incentives. We are here in the temporary site of Federal Polytechnic Mongono. The government will hand over the temporary site to them. And inshallah, they will be ready to occupy the temporary building in the next 30 days so that normal academic activities will resume in this polytechnic this year. That is the main reason why we came here.
Your Excellency, are you satisfied with it?
They need to do some additional works with a view to ensuring that the aesthetic value of the compound is being enhanced, especially offices of the principal officers. And then they need to also construct a generator house or a generator base. And then even the external work has to be done, especially the grading of the compound, and then where possible, hard landscaping should be done. But that has to be done in collaboration with the principal staff of the Polytechnic. But let me also use this opportunity to commend the effort of the rector and other management staff of the Polytechnic, including the chairman and board members, for the giant strides that they have so far taken to ensure that this Polytechnic takes up in a very standard manner. They have started the process of admission. They have started the process of accessing external funds, especially from the third fund. And the state government is ever ready to complement the efforts of the federal government. Let me also use this opportunity to commend the effort of the Chibu for donating vehicles to the Polytechnic and also for ensuring that some of the captional projects that are needed in this Polytechnic are encapsulated in the year 2022 budget. So I think all is well, and then we shall come back here to witness the handing over, and if not, to witness the resumption of activities in this very important Polytechnic. Thank you very much. Kama konga labda alhamdulillah ala raskrinyana lar neske kande bade dana lor raskrinyana ala amso bare da gana sanna mandu sogo bare so anda sare adama na kadro kashe sroken tawra madanni yalan aw cin zafurum ta ina karo shurso kumbuso karen gamuri so sandira chaye kam do filare so ndana da jibila are zoro koradana litarin gala baro wallo na ma bulad mo zo kirtiro ga imbaw am kasara ku denai gwamnati ta ndiro are zinai aw nan zan ba sama so sandi akrin yana alai sidi ali tariyade borno ya laila litari she bar dian kuri inshallah da shirar na tarar regional hub sanda balala ngai ma chat so kemarun sai ma isa alai sidi balalan kurun sadino balala dian daji monti kura de shiro monti federal polytechnic mo ngona yade ade nadone sandira na yana nada garnyana nadone tamdane kawduro gana la nafsa kawna za kurade garchinno amma ya wala ru yana be cidan da har yana ma walti sandiro gullu yana walta sasan na generator gana tiyo so fiyo so sakin kusura da sama sanadin landscape na wana taran shiro gultin da sidiya da sandiro ha yan alai tiya kuma da bare dan
Ada wura shi aye bare man
alhamdulillah jibbe alhamdulillah andilan tafsina ala barat burukam du sabai ko ma ta kuma ne na awaje
wallahi tabati da ku diskan
ya alhamdulillah
muzo sasan
abdul arura ajira jure arura damma jira Dawo ya shi fallar su ne waje kan mai goma yanzu kuma bare
har ma wadara kana
alhamdulillah nam
askirni na yayi ra
insha Allah alhamdulillah alhamdulillah askirni alhamdulillah
wannan ka duro duro
alhamdulillah
alhamdulillah muyen yan diro ala ta da wuce ke duro
alhamdulillah
are mana ya mu wannan
alhamdulillah
jiri tafsir
alhamdulillah
ya kusa da kwai
insha Allah are
duk sabota kulon zai
are ya gara alhamdulillah
wasar da mota da rai
alhamdulillah
malut
ko lo wasar ana no
malut alhamdulillah
askirni na kare da bare ko kana yara nan